Welcome back, everyone, to the Real Double Dose channel. This is your host, Lex, coming to you straight from the heart where the talk is real and the vibe is always live. Yes, it is. For any show requests, feedback, or anything under the sun, you can reach us at Real Double Dose Channel at yandex.com. That's yandex.com. And as well as Real Double Dose Channel.blogspot.com to check out the wonderful insights and pages and so much more, all there to enhance all of us and our fruitfulness. And at the bottom of that blog spot, you can find the About Me section, which is going to have links to different books, different collabs, any music disclaimers, rights, so forth, and disclaimers themselves are on there, as well as just many other explorations. You can also find us on TuneIn, Stitcher Radio, Spreaker.com, as well as Blueberry.com. And then we have iTunes, iHeart, SoundCloud, and I believe Podcast Addict, Google Cast, and Deezer, Stitcher, so much more. I'm forgetting a few, like I always say, but the links will always be at the blogspot and at SoundCloud. But we also have .com for the Real Double Dose channel, so don't miss your chance on the free giveaways and the free apparel coming with the YouTube rollout as well. Back on here, hope to do it in one breath, but let's get into this. I'm just happy to know what's going on with the Familians and all those out there who receive your free gift card giveaways. Congratulations on that. And there are a lot more to come. And I actually have a surprise for you that I'll say once this segment is completed, which, we do it enough so it doesn't take too much of your time, but enough to recreate your time in the time that you spend with the RDC family. We appreciate you and we love you. So let's get into this segment, shall we? And start the show. Now, obviously, I hope and I pray that everyone is enjoying their 2020 so far. We are almost ending the end of January and the show is going to really start pumping up. And I don't just mean this show. I mean our life show itself. Everything is always on display somehow. And that's when the real juggernauts, whatever they say, happen. It's a little scary, especially for me. I mean, I'm kind of breaking past these little fear, FEAR, false evidence appearing real when we have that feeling where we're just like, man, it's almost February. Pretty soon we look around and it's be like, hey, Thanksgiving time. And then we're like, man, how did we get to 2021? Really? I mean, I'm happy. Don't get me wrong. We have another breath to live it, but there's a lot of crucial deadlines that I know personally I have to meet, and it's scary. I mean, it's very, very, very scary, but it gives me that determination and that extra drive. But I mean, it scares me out of my shoes. And they said, unless your dreams are going to scare the crap out of you, they're probably not big enough. Well, I'm going to tell you, these are big for enough for me, okay? I don't, whatever goes on, we'll make sure it happens. I just got to make sure fear doesn't hold any of us back, especially myself personally. So this show is also sponsored by GiveMeAllThat.com, bringing you swagged out fashion for pennies and less. And they have some really nice gear, and those discounts are coming for RDC family exclusively on their launch, and as well as Bernetti Solutions, here to drive the future. They have been a wonderful sponsor for us and making sure we go forward, and much, much more is coming on the way. But this show, not to hold you off any longer, is hashtag against the odds. Yes, hashtag against the odds. And I think it's a perfect time to really speak about this and kind of, not really a rant, but just kind of really focus upon this. So as you're listening to this in your car or your earbuds or your MP3 player, whatever you're doing, pretty soon we'll probably have some screens, where people can see more of a visual effect while it's going on. I know a lot of people are doing that, but we're going to transfer over to video pretty soon. But just overall have that feeling of hashtag against the odds. And when I say that, I already know, you as a whole understand, we as a whole understand from the journey we've been on these past 3 years plus now, that we're always hashtag against the odds. And what I mean by that is all the stories I've been hearing lately, all the things going on in people's lives, it is profound. And it's seemingly more profound than ever before. And I mean that, for example, even more example, I'm pretty sure you have many chapters you can share with us, and you're always welcome to do that. Just email us, let us know. We'll put it on the show or have you on the show. But it was a Shark Tank, the TV show, I love that one, for the entrepreneurs and so forth, pitching to the sharks. And I remember it was just a little clip. I don't know if the season came out or they're just the teaser, but it was these kids, these 3 children. I mean, to me, they're still kids in some way, even though I'm not too far off from them, but I'm enough to where, big sister or something. But these kids were on there and they were basically telling the story of how their mother passed away from the C word. I don't like to say the word into existence, but cancer is what it is. And then all of a sudden, I think maybe a few years later, after their dad, the firefighter, was helping out with the cleanup of hashtag 9/11, God rest their souls and all the families that had to suffer through that. He had, or a lot of other firefighters too, had gotten sick and some other poisonings and something. I could only imagine from the fumes and all the crap they had to clean up and do. And someone always has to do the dirty work and suffer from it. That's the truth, unfortunately. But he passed away, I think 3 months before they went on there, but he happened to do a video pitching his idea for a beautiful counterboard and some other gadgets that were with it. But ultimately, I look at these kids and I'm like, man, that really sparked it even more. Hashtag against the odds. And I want to just kind of take a page from all of us and say, wow. I mean, can we give ourselves credit enough from that? Now, this is to accelerate us forward, because I know going into February, we get the Valentine's, we get the Easter, we get the barbecue things going on, the 4th of July, and so much, and everything rolls by. It was almost like we're living just to make it to the next holiday. That's not the way it's supposed to be. Holidays are every single day we're breathing, okay? And we know this, truthfully. But think about this. Put this on for food for thought. Against the odds of what? Like, that's what I'm saying. All the stuff that we've been through, not even including we were just these little teeny sperm making it to the egg, fighting our way through. Okay, let's not forget that huge monumental fact. Whether we lived beyond that time or not, we're here right now if you're listening to this, and those who are walking around amongst us are on a physicality here right now. So what I will say is, when we look at the things that we haven't accomplished yet, yeah, it is okay to say, you know what, it's okay, because it's going to happen. I'm going to make that happen. But one thing I also want to dibble into is the paradigms that we're still stuck in. I feel that. I see that in myself. So I know we're all going to constantly battle with that somehow, in some way. To that, I say, though, against the odds, right? I'm going to say it to Anthony. I'm going to say it to myself, the team, all of you, us, family. Against the odds, okay? If you've been in a car accident, which I know a lot of people do, you're still bouncing back to move forward. Against the odds, you still survived that. Against the odds, you're still showing up every day knowing that on your way somewhere, it could be your last moment. Even though you might give your last dollar for someone or provide that food or donate something that's going on, you're still doing it against the odds. Even though you've survived a tumor or you survived having, complete issues with infertility or the C word. I don't like to say it, but you know what I'm talking about. And different things going on. Against the odds is what makes us even stronger. If we didn't have a story to tell, there'd be nothing to say. A story is the most powerful tool, the most powerful solution that everyone and anyone can ever obtain. That's why, like Steve Jobs had said when he had Toy Story and Pixar coming out, Disney is on top of their game because Disney tells a story, right? They're the most ones out there, the most prolific, cool stories, be it whimsical, fantasy or not. Everything sells, and box office tickets, actors. That's why we have movie theaters. That's why we have award-winning Oscars, because they're telling a story. Now, they may be acting on screen, the same thing for music and singers. Everything is a story. They're singing a story with a beat. They're giving a story. Everything is about that, from the testaments of time, from the ancient scriptures of time, from the one that came to alleviate all that. It's always the story. Love story, hate story, whatever story it is, someone out there can be useful within it and be used of it and have use from it. That's facts, never fiction. So hashtag against the odds means no matter what has held you or us back, no matter how many things have held us back, no matter how many things have hurt us, no matter how many heartbreaks, hashtag against the odds is what we were against. And we're surpassing that. Okay, so what is it said? I believe Les Brown has said, if you're not going through a storm, you're going into a storm. And if you're not going into or through a storm, you just came out of one. So that's the same thing we'll say here. Hashtag against the odds means it's always going to be something that's holding us back. It's always going to be something that's propelling us forward. But the procrastination of the paradigms and the problems and the fears that we have, hashtag Lex has those issues like hella hard. I'm just saying I have to learn how to hold that back myself, because my heart beats out of my chest. My skin feels like it's almost getting clammy on me, and I'm thinking, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. But then all of a sudden I'm thinking, what if it fails? What if this happens? And what if that happens? And oh man, but what if I put my best foot forward or put all my investment and I have to start from scratch again? And how would I start? And I'm already thinking about, and it's bad, but it's good at the same time. It's better to have a plan and be prepared for it than not have a plan at all. I believe that was Mr. Les Brown too. Hashtag Les Brown, love you. But at the same time, I think of, if that fails, I'll go to plan B. It's good to have a plan B, especially when you have families, different things too, but it's still not good to already be abandoning plan A. Plan A should always be the strategy plan that you stick with. And there are always going to be a plan B coming in somehow or some way, because we're almost setting ourselves up for success and failure. The double side to that is plan A is successful or not. You're saying, hey, I'm giving it all I have. I am putting my best foot forward and pushing past this fear. But if that doesn't come out exactly how I want it, I'm going to make sure plan B is in place to make sure I implement plan A from the get-go start like it was supposed to be. So that's a double-edged sword we can use it for. But at the same time, I want to make sure it's not the kind of preparation to say, I'm going into plan A. I have so much doubt that I know I need a plan B and I'm already panicking in plan C. At the end of the day, like I said, it's a double-edged sword. You can get it how you live it or flip it. So I just want to put that hashtag against the odds. There's so much more that we have bounced back from, bouncing into, or going through right now, but we still can say, hey, we're still here. We're still breathing. We're still strong to say, hey, I'm going to fight another day. I'm going to live another day. Nothing is promised. No matter who's sick today can be healed tomorrow. No matter who's sick and has only such a, quote, lifetime expectancy, which only the Creator can give us, they're still bouncing back to say, hey, I woke up this morning to say I have another day. No matter if we decide to go across the street and something happens, we took the odds and against the odds to say, hey, we're bouncing back. No matter if our lover cheated on us or broke our hearts or we broke our own, if our kids didn't pass a test or they didn't get that team that we wanted them to get, against the odds is where we all stand. And we need to make sure we don't fall down for everything. Because if we fall for everything, at the same time, you'll never stand up for nothing. And it's good to stand up and push through. So let's do that this year, especially this year. Push through all against the hashtag against the odds and make sure the rest of our life is the best of our life in every single aspect. So until then, hashtag, you know what it is. This is your girl Lex. And I just want to say too, before I give that, be the change, feel the passion, embrace the power of that wonderful spirit. And the little cookies and cream and extra sugar on top with that cherry is we have some wonderful guest experts that are going to be joining as guest experts to the RDDC show coming up. So the schedule might be a little sporadic here and there where you see different ones being popped up, but I'm going to try to fit them more of a schedule to where they can kind of align to where you can tune in to hear it. So right now, I did say our normal airings are Wednesday, 7 p.m. before Central Standard Time. Our shows will be out, but Sunday is when I'm going to be having those shows air as well. And it might be, another day in there, but we'll keep you posted on anything that's going to be beyond Sunday. It might also have, 2 going on. So 2 on Sunday, maybe, but we'll stretch it out. 7 days in a week, we'll stretch it out. So I just want you to know while I will be announcing those wonderful guests and the different things going on as soon as I can, and as soon as when we get those schedules completely posted. I look forward to you guys listening to all the wonderful things they have to share and the stories, because just reading some of the different emails that I receive from the experts, it just astonishes me even more how much of a wonderful life and intricate life and so many things that other people are experiencing, or the knowledge they have to share and give, and the fruitfulness of it. So until then, we love you. You're amazing. You're wonderful. Reach out, Real Double Dose Channel at yandex.com. We love you, and the team loves you as well. And realdoubledosechannel.blogspot.com. Keep your head up, keep it moving, keep it grooving, and we'll be back with you with some wonderful goodies very, very soon.